What's up, guys? I hope that you're having a beautiful, amazing, and blessed day. I just wanted to take some time and make a quick video. Why not? I've been spending a lot of time this week meditating and reflecting on the phenomena of growth. And something that sparked my mind while I was in the shower, where a lot of great ideas come from, was the growth of a baby. So a baby, like when you're a baby, you see the world around you and you see the world as it rightly is. So I see the world around me when you're a little infant. You see the world as it rightly is, right? So I see my parents walking and I have an innate belief in myself that I can do what they do. And that is the phenomena, but that's like the phenomenal thing about being a human being, is that we are creatures that can replicate the processes of others in order to get the same results for ourselves, right? At some point, though, in your growth process, you stop believing that you can replicate those results. And that's because your relationship with failure has dwindled, right? So when you're a baby, and we'll go back to the baby metaphor. When you're a baby, you see your parents walking and you're determined, I'm going to do that too. I have legs, I have everything necessary. You're not having these conscious thoughts about it. Maybe you are, I have no idea. But you see what others are doing and innately you know you can do it too. So you apply yourself, right? You continuously grow the muscles in order to walk. You get up, fall down, get up, fall down, get up, fall down. A righteous person will fall down 7 times and get back up 8. Biblical, right? So you get up and you fall down. That's a part of life in order to get to where you're going. So eventually the baby, after going through this process of trial and error or failure, right? Because you have to fail in order to grow. So as a baby going through this process of trial and error, you eventually get to the point where you are able to walk, right? And then your next thing is, wow, these people are speaking a language that I don't understand, right? And then over time, that language becomes your own. And it's the same thing throughout the rest of our lives. We're just big babies, right? But we've forgotten how to fail effectively. And, you don't have to label it as failure. You've forgotten how to try and give yourself the grace to try, right? Because in life, sometimes you beat yourself up over failure, right? I've beaten myself up over failure many, 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 many times. And that's why I've had a stagnation in my growth in my career, is because of my relationship with failure. Now, what's the underlying principle behind this, or that I'm trying to get at, is that we're all just big babies. So if you want to do something and somebody else is doing it, that in and of itself means you can do it. Now, that doesn't mean, walking wasn't easy though. That's the thing. From that place that you were as an infant, going from crawling to completely changing your reality to being able to walk on 2 feet, that was a huge step, right? But your determination as an infant and your desire and your belief brought you through to it, and it didn't feel like it was, or you don't know. I don't know what I felt like as a baby, but I do know that my relationship with failure was much better because I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm an articulate human being, because I learned how to grow. And I stopped learning how to grow at some point, and I started to be afraid of growth, which is why I failed over and over again, because if you fail and you stop, that's when you truly fail. But if you fail, you step back and you reflect, and then you go back in, then you may fail again. But what's great is it's going to be a better failure than the last time. So I'm going to share with you guys a process that I've been using, or give you a real life example of this and how I've been applying it to my life. So for the past 10 years, I've been an artist. I've been working on my career as a hip hop artist, producer, a songwriter. I would consider myself mostly a producer, because my vision is to bring songs to fullness of completion and release them to the marketplace effectively, that's much more than just I'm a rapper. I'm a producer. I make songs, I bring them to the marketplace effectively and see the results. That's my goal, right? So over the past 10 years, I've been modeling somebody, actually past 9 years, whatever. But I've been making music for 10 years, essence. The past 9 years, I've been modeling somebody. His name's Russell Vitale, or Russ. Very controversial figure in the hip hop community, right? Now, I've been modeling his life in an essence. I don't want to be exactly like Russ, but I do want the ability to work effectively on music, to bring music effectively to the marketplace, and to continuously grow in my craft. And what I've noticed with him, and like studying his life, because this is a principle. In order to walk, you're studying other people's lives, right? As a baby, you're looking at people's lives and you're asking yourself questions, whether you know it or not. You're asking yourself questions as to, what they're doing and how you can do it. And when I look at Russ, I'm asking myself questions as to what is the process that he's following and how did he do it? And he laid it out entirely. I consumed every single interview he's ever released and listened to just about every song he's ever released. And I've been able to pick up on the formulas and the systems that he had in place in order to get him to where he's going. So now when I look at him from this perspective, where he is not far off from where I am. Because I know that with a repeated process and a proper relationship with failure, I can get to that level, but better. I can get that level in my own way. And that's the thing, is I take the processes that he's done. For example, creating a song. Right now I'm working on a song. I haven't finished the song in over 6 months. Last song I finished was Aspire, and it was fire, but now that I'm looking back at it and the process that I used to create that song compared to what I'm doing now, it is a completely different ballpark. But I've changed my perspective to, okay, I haven't finished a song in 6 months. I've made probably 100 songs, right? So I've written and recorded and, half finished a lot of projects, but I haven't brought one to fullness of completion. So what I changed this past week was I said, I'm going to finish this song. I noticed that this video is getting a little bit run on, but I don't care. I can just post a video and it'll get better next week. It's a reflection moment. So where was I? Oh, I changed the process to, I want to complete a song. And there's like, if I complete a song, and this is the business flip, is that when I complete a song, and I don't know why I'm going into this is a complete tangent, but that's okay. We're just talking into the microphone. If I complete a song, I have an asset, right? Now, before these past 6 months, past 10 years of my career, I've completed probably 100, 200 songs, written probably 1,000 to 10,000, I don't know, a lot of songs. But these past 10 months, or past 10 years, I haven't had the focus on creating assets. So now that I flipped it to thinking about the song as, okay, if I complete this, I have an asset that produces eternal value in the marketplace. So every song that I release, right, and I'm getting into deep business jargon that I'm not going to be able to explain entirely, but every song that I release is an asset in and of itself. So that song creates value, right? Every time someone listens to it, I get paid. Every time someone watches a music video, get paid. Whatever, you get the essence. That song is an asset. Now, from this singular asset, you can sell merchandise. You can create videos about the song. I can create videos about how I created the song. There's a multitude of other avenues of income that can be built off of this singular asset. And that's where my mind has flipped to where now I'm focusing on, okay, he can create a song that's great, that people love, that I love. I can do that too, right? And the process this week has been crazy because I've been going up against all sorts of resistance, all sorts of spiritual warfare, all sorts of, everything that you possibly could think of that could come against me seeing this through to completion has come. And that's because of it's because of my relationship with failure, right? So in the past, the reason I haven't finished those songs is because I worked on it, and then I got to a point where I was like, I don't know where to go anymore, and I want to start something new. And I got inspired by something else, and I started working on that, or I got discouraged by the failure. But with this song, I said, I'm not going to take no as an answer. So instead of saying, I'm going to move on to another thing, I'm going to, focus on 50 different, other projects, because that's how my mind works. And this is just a part of knowing yourself, of knowing myself. I have the capacity to think of 50,000 different ideas for many different businesses. I'm constantly thinking about how to improve my buddy's coffee business. I'm constantly thinking about how to improve my songs, how to do this, that, and that. But I haven't been focused entirely on a singular project. And that's what's been the flip, is that I focused entirely on the singular project. So just like the baby looking at the adults, looking at their parents, seeing them walk and talk, I'm looking at finished product songs, or I'm looking at people that have created songs that I look up to, people that are creating music that is fire, that I admire. I'm looking at that and I'm saying, I can do that too. I can replicate that process. So essentially this week I've tasted more failure more effectively than I have in these past 6 months, because I've decided that I'm going to go through the failure. Right now, I'm still not done with the song, but we went from a rough draft 1 to rough draft 7 in the past 5 days. And the difference between the quality of the product from rough draft 1 to rough draft 7 is exponential. And the difference between rough draft 7 and rough draft 8 and 10, or 8 to 10, is going to be mind-blowing, because I've pushed myself through it, and I pushed myself through the failure, because you record a song and then you're like, damn, this sounds dope. I want it to sound like that. I want it to sound like this. Why doesn't it? Now I'm asking myself, how can I? And then I just keep on going. And a huge part of this process is reflection, right? Because when you're learning to walk, you're going to fall down. You're going to fall down a lot. I've fallen on my face too many times to count, just in this past week. But the difference, the major difference, has been I'm focusing on getting back up and getting back on the horse. So, that's just my simple reflection for today. 15-minute video. Probably going to write about this and then re-record it. But I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I love you.